For years, I was trapped, addicted to certainty. But when my life started transforming, it happened in ways I couldn't have predicted. What I've found is that for me to unlock myself, I have to let go of how I think life should go and trust something much more powerful. There's this huge creative project that I've begun. It's the first one where I thought, yeah, this is it. This is really original. This is unique. And it's what I've dreamed of but couldn't articulate up until this point. I felt so excited to start. I had this plan in my mind. I felt secure in it. I was certain it was going to go that way on the first try, that it was going to work. But when I sat down with my markers, plastic sheets, and a plan, the dream started to disintegrate right in front of me. Not only did it look bad, but it felt hollow. It felt cheap. So I started thinking, can I even do this? Or should I just give up? It felt like a dead end. But actually what was happening is I just couldn't see around the corner. Something better, more powerful, more authentic was waiting for my persistence. I reminded myself of my vision over the next few days, and it pulled me through the uncertainty and around the corner where I found something that changed everything. A random video led me to buying a pen tablet. And with it, in 10 minutes, I created a pre-visualization for that project that blew my first plan out of the water. And not only that, it opened up a whole new possibility for future projects and future videos that I could not have seen if I would have held on to my first plan. But this is not just about art. 8 years ago, life taught me an even deeper lesson through darkness that I didn't know how to face. I was 18, and everyone around me seemed to move with confidence in the majors they had chosen at college. They were building their futures, they were connecting with people, like actors that knew their role. But I was watching from the side. I didn't even know why I was there. I felt like I was behind the curve, like a solitary child that hadn't gotten the invite. So I'd paste my smile on and try to convince the world I was okay, but at 4 a.m., I would drown my poisonous thoughts in buckets of ice cream watching Casey Neistat vlogs. I considered changing majors, but I wouldn't study. I would cram for my exams, which I failed, but then afterwards I would just smoke myself into a comatose state. And by the end of the first school year, I couldn't pretend anymore, so I stopped trying. I thought about giving up on life and committing suicide because at least at that point, I wouldn't be feeling all of this emptiness and pain inside. But something shifted in the dark, something I wasn't expecting. Peace washed over me as I realized something really simple but profound. I don't need to know. I didn't need to fake it. Instead, I could just move to California, get a job, live with my brother while I figured my life out, all without needing to convince myself or others that I knew what I was doing. And with this simple solution, I felt excited for the first time in years. I had a path forward, and it was my own. Something profound was being uncovered, with my creativity and with my whole life. But the biggest test wouldn't come until the summer of 2022. I was 24, and I finally saw that the path I'd been blindly following was not working. I had assumed it was the right career, one that I could work while building my creative projects, but it wasn't working. And when I faced that fact, my life fell apart. I frantically grasped for logical careers to change into, but the harder that I searched, the more overwhelmed I felt. I craved certainty, but every path that I could think of just dissolved into disappointment. These clouds of doubt lingered for weeks until I finally admitted to myself that I didn't know what to do. As quickly as I said, I don't know, a calmness entered my mind like fresh air filtering into a stagnant room. So I pivoted. I consciously chose to focus on one desire. I want to be an independent music artist and creator. I still didn't have a plan. but I trusted it would be okay. I knew that I would be okay, that I could get through this, even if I never figured it out. More uncomfortable weeks came and went, until slowly, and then all at once, a new solution became clear. Massage therapy as a financial bridge while building my creative career. At first, I discounted it as an option, but the more I researched it and saw the flexibility it could give my creative work, the more I realized that this was an amazing option, better than anything I could have forced. Looking back, I can see how I trapped myself inside of a backwards perspective on transformation. By desperately fixating on how things should unfold, I created walls that I couldn't overcome. I blocked the exact thing that I wanted. But when I looked through the uncertainty at what I wanted, a higher caliber of how naturally emerged that melted the walls that I had created. This pattern led my failing creative project into unlimited potential, my suicidal college days into a purpose-driven future, and my career crisis into an unexpected path forward. These were not random events. Every single time I let go of how things should go and focused on what I wanted, reality unlocked tiers of possibilities I couldn't have seen otherwise. And here is what I found that has been so powerful, it changed my mind. Fixating on what should happen blocks what could happen if I trust a desire to create the result I want. This insight is unlocking my mind, and now I see it everywhere. Here's the shitty part about this perspective. It does not remove the uncertainty or make it easier. Instead, it's more like learning to walk. The ground is just as hard as all of those times that I've fallen, but now I know how to push off of it. I can use it. Looking back, desire focus seems pretty obvious now, but for me, the hard part is applying it proactively. Like with this video that you're watching right now, I had so many plans of how this was going to go, and they were very certain in my mind, they were perfect in my mind, but they crumbled once they got into reality. A specific example of this is the VFX for this episode. When that plan failed, I panicked. But then I remembered to look through the confusion at my desire of sharing this unique lens on transformation. On the other side of each of those failures was a more remarkable video than I could have imagined at the beginning. The uncertainty hasn't left, but it's okay, because now I trust that the path born from desire will be more remarkable than anything I can plan.